everybody, welcome back to my channel. Good morning, vlogsters. Let's wake up together. It's actually kind of a late morning this morning, and I'll tell you all about it. Happy Saturday or Sunday sit and sip. If you're watching this on Sunday, of course, probably, most likely. It's very possible. So let's have coffee together. I kind of feel like this is Italian sweet cream, but let's see. Nope, caramel macchiato. I'll take it though. This morning, it's kind of an unusual Saturday. Jim is actually working. He, his job does catering on occasion and had a catering job this weekend. And they asked him, oh, I just realized I don't have my earbuds in. They asked him if he would be willing to work, and I told him to go right ahead because I think that it's a beautiful thing that they wanted to ask him. So, I forgot to take my picture. I told him that he should be very proud of himself because I am, Lord knows. I started to hang up some things that were gifted to me for my little area. I really want to have like a little area of like healing. I have cards that I want to hang up. And not that you guys can't see the cards, but I want to see the cards. I want to make the background inspirational for when I edit and stuff, but I really want to see the cards myself because they give me life, you know? Well, Jesus gives me life, but, you know, you guys help too. So this morning, Jim slept in, which normally he sleeps until 7 on Saturday, 6 on Sunday, because he usually gets up at 5 during the week. And this morning, because he has to work all day, he decided to sleep in till about 8:30, which was kind of nice. I mean, I said, why are you getting up so early if you have to be to work? And he's like, well, I want to be able to have a little bit of a morning, you know, maybe make breakfast for you and whatever. And I was like, oh, of course, wasn't hungry for breakfast. I was grateful that he offered, and I was encouraging him to make whatever he needed to fuel his body for the day, but that I was not hungry. Thank you, though. I will tell you all that I have reached out to some of my doctors to get assistance with the appetite, but my oncologist said I'm not worried about her starving to death. That being said, he also wants to make sure I get plenty of nutrition in my body to fight. So he's not really concerned about if I lose weight as long as I'm getting enough nourishment to continue to fight and have strength. Which I will tell you, my appetite seems to pick up around noon, 1 o'clock maybe. Sometimes not even till later, but I do have some appetite. I can usually tolerate some dinner. And of course, eating the first big meal to eat in the evening is not good. But I make sure that I try to eat something. Like just now, I had some peanut butter. The Miracle mouthwash is helping. However, it's not increasing my appetite. It's only making the food less painful. But what it's also not doing is it's not preventing more irritation. So like the peanut butter with the nuts, even though that it doesn't hurt to eat it, when I'm done and the lidocaine is worn off or the Miracle mouthwash is worn off, it's more irritated, it seems. So I'm still going to stick to some soft stuff. And Julie found this yesterday when she was shopping. I had, I don't know if you watched or if I said it yesterday, I was prepared to go to Walmart in St. Robert with Mom and Julie yesterday, and I put on my sneakers, even though I was going to ride a scooter. And I got my mask and my sanitizer, double masks, sanitizer. And when I got there, I just was really too crowded for my comfort. It was way crowded for a Friday afternoon. It was kind of bizarre. But Mom was saying it was the first Friday after the first. Like, it's the first Friday of the month. So some people get paid on Friday. Some people in the military, they get paid in the first of the month. So just a bunch of different scenarios. But while Julie was shopping, she found this. It was in I had asked her to get like those little cups. I know this is empty, but these little cups of peanut butter that are natural without nuts in them. And she found this and she thought this would be so great because I wouldn't have to have a whole cup if I didn't want to, which really turned out to be kind of perfect this morning. I kind of just like on the spoon and took a mouthful. So that worked out really, really well. So it's hard to squeeze though, I'll tell you the truth. So what I found out this morning is if I do this and I turn it upside down and I push down on my body, the peanut butter squirts out. It works out good that way. I do have like some keto cookie dough. I got this from Real Fat Foods, and I had it in the refrigerator so that we can last a little longer. That also is helping. Julie mentioned applesauce, but you know, there's still a lot of sugar with less fiber in applesauce, so it's a lot of carbs. But if I have it with something, so what I was thinking actually is if I put cinnamon and applesauce in some Greek yogurt, I might be able to tolerate that without irritating my mouth. So I might have that for breakfast. Mom took us to IHOP yesterday. Technically, we were going to go to the Waffle House. And the Waffle House in St. Robert was too crowded because it's a lot smaller of a Waffle House than we have here in Rolla. And the one here in Rolla is almost always empty. It's really funny. Well, not always. At the weekends and during the day for breakfast, it's very, very full. But like during the week at night, this was about 5 o'clock at night we were going to go there. And we kind of always, like, me and Mom go to the Waffle House because Jim doesn't care for it. So if it's just the two of us doing something. So Julie was like, yeah, you know, we can get stuff at the Waffle House or whatever. So I said, let's try the one in Rolla because it's usually empty, this especially on a Friday, even on a Friday night. And even if it has more people, if it has this many people, it's bigger, so there'll be more room. So I sent Mom in. I said, Mom, can you just ask them if they have a table away from everybody? Because it looked pretty empty in there. It looked like people were just picking up food. And she comes back out and she says, they have takeout only tonight. I was like, really? What's going on? And literally there was a sticker on the door that said, takeout only yesterday. Like, that was it. Not like for the week or whatever. Like, I don't know if their staff had stuff to do or training or whatever, and they just didn't have the staff. But it was just really wild. And I was like, okay, that was weird. And, you know, happenstance. So we said we would go to Denny's, which was like, Denny's is, the Waffle House is, Denny's is like 4 or 5 storefronts down. And then we were pulled into Denny's and it looked a little crowded. And I said, do you guys care if we go to IHOP? I feel like IHOP is like waiting room only on the weekends. It's especially breakfast time on the weekends after church on Sunday. But like during the week, and it's such a large IHOP that during the week, it usually you can get a nice, especially dinner time, get a nice area by yourself. So I was like, I just wanted a Colorado omelet desperately and some gluten-free pancakes. And IHOP's got really good gluten-free pancakes. Now listen, they are not keto pancakes. They are way sweeter. But I did my blood sugar this morning and it was so low. It was so low. It was scary. Which is so weird. I don't know. It's my body and cancer and chemotherapy and stress and hormones and whatever's balancing my, I don't know. But I went and I had half my Colorado omelet, which I get. And if you're interested, or if you don't know this, IHOP tells you right there on the package that they put a little pancake batter in their omelet mix, like their egg mixture for their omelets. So if you have a gluten allergy or if you are doing keto, you say with just cracked eggs, and then they'll actually crack eggs and, you know, don't put the pancake batter in there for you. So, so anyway, cracked egg omelets. The Colorado omelet is so good because it's got like pot roast in it. I know it sounds weird, but it's delicious. It's really steak, but it tastes like pot roast, and it's got sausage and bacon and ham, like all the meats basically, and cheese. And then I like to get with salsa on the side. Their salsa is not too spicy, which was good because I had a taco salad from Wendy's the other day and I couldn't eat it. It hurt my mouth so bad. I shouldn't have put the salsa on it. The salsa's always been a little spicy at Wendy, and I forgot. that I was like, I didn't really realize how irritated my mouth was until I took my first bite. But from now on, I know I have to test things out before I mix them. So I ended up not being able to eat much of it. And then I tried to save it for the next day to see if my mouth would feel better. And it really wasn't. It was really too hot. But anyhow, so that felt like, the good news is we used the app and I had a free salad. So it didn't cost me anything to waste that salad. My mouth is very irritated today. My sister's like, stop touching it. Like when I do this. But I tried to explain it to her that I need to move my skin off of my teeth and gums. Like I need to separate that from every once in a while. I'm not poking it with my tongue as much as I'm just moving my lips off of, like I'm basically separating. If my gum is sore and my inside of my mouth is sore, I'm just separating them. Now the Miracle mouthwash does work miracles while you're using it, before meals and at bedtime. But again, it doesn't heal everything, especially if you eat stuff that's more irritating. So hopefully over the course of the next few days, I'll see some improvement, knock wood. So praise Jesus and all the things that come along with it. Oh, what was I just going to talk about? We were talking about the Miracle mouthwash and food. The Colorado, oh, and the one, okay, so then we went to IHOP yesterday. Oh, wow. And we were able to sit far away from everybody. We had the table in the corner, the half and half table, which half and half, if you don't know, and you're a plus size person and you want, or a handicapped person, you want to sit comfortably. A half and half is generally benches, a table, and then chairs on the other side. And the table is almost always movable. Not always, but almost always. So you can like scooch in the bench and adjust the table, and the people, the skinny people could sit on the other side and tuck in. So we sat in the one in the corner by the bathroom. Julie's like, so everybody who goes to the bathroom is going to be passing you? I'm like, no, you'll see. Because I sat next to this wall, and the wall above it has this giant glass. So really, they would have to like breathe heavily over Mom to infect me with germs. But, you know, we would really stay away from people. And they would have to like touch Mom to be like 6 feet or whatever. But we were good. The waitress was so sweet. She was so accommodating and so nice. It was just amazing. And not that I don't get that a lot, but it just, she was extra special. She was joking with the banter and everything, which was fun. So I ate half my omelet. I ate all my pancakes. And had coffee, and I'll have coffee for cold. I'm gonna have some iced coffee later. You get a coffee to go when you pay for a coffee. You can have a coffee to go from IHOP, especially now that they don't have the big carafe at the table because of COVID. But I get the coffee to go and I put in the refrigerator because I love their coffee. My father said it. He goes, a big batch coffee is always the best because it sort of levels out, you know, like even if you had a bad bag, you know, when you make 4 bags at a time, it balances out itself. So coffee's really good this morning. I curled my hair today. Just wanted to try something a little different. My hair is naturally curly, but I was talking about yesterday about having to train it. I had this in my repertoire. My sister Jane recommended it a few years ago when I cut my hair short the last time. It's called Dream Curls by Frizzies. I don't even know if they sell it anymore. That's how old this is. But John Frieda's Frizzies is what I always used in the 90s. It makes the curl soft without all the frizz. But this is just to help define the curl a little bit. So I sprayed it and scrunched it and let it dry a little bit. Then, do you guys remember Glee? Teacher from Glee. They asked him about his curls and he said I put Lubriderm in it. So I was like, I had to put it on my hands anyway. I just went, whoop, whoop, there you go. A little Lubriderm, soften that curl up, make it a little shiny. I mean, you shouldn't do that if your hair is really light, because then it could weigh it down, but I think it looks pretty good. I like it. It is a little tiny bit shorter than I wanted it, but I think it looks really nice. It's growing on me. Literally, it's hair, get it? But I will tell you, I'm so grateful, because this morning I was swimming in the bed, as you can imagine, and the back of my head was soaked, and it was just this tiny little bits of hair, and I was like, oh, praise Jesus and the seven saints, because if that hair was all my hair, old hair, and all matted to me, I'd be like, oh. So somebody mentioned that I'm sweating because I'm overweight, but I will tell you that the truth is, you can look it up, that is a symptom of kidney cancer, the fever, the sweats. Obviously, it's also night sweats or menopause all as well. I have to tell you, I don't think about the negativity at all. I've mentioned it in a video recently where I talked a little bit about educating people in their ignorant comments. And not ignorant in a negative way, I'm sorry, but I'm educating people on the things that they don't know about me. And I realized too, and this is the case often, which is why I don't always address everything, is that some people's ignorance is planned or premeditated. Like, that you don't watch, obviously, it's obvious to me that you're not watching the videos because you're mentioning stuff that we talked about already, or it's more obvious to me that you just think I'm lying. Well, it's like, it's so unusual to me, because for me, I have always spent my life giving people the benefit of the doubt. Always. I mean, that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to, like, when we sit on, even like when we're called as a civil duty to sit on jury duty, we're asked to have a completely open mind to both sides, to not have any predeterminations, to not have any prejudgments. And why shouldn't that be with people who aren't accused of a crime? Why shouldn't that be of all people? Now, you have to realize with that comes that you could get burned. But the thing is, if, you can hug somebody with fire retardant clothes on. So if they decide to try to burn you, you can unhug them and not get burned at the same time. If you know what I'm trying to say. I think I'm trying to say it not quite right, but you can give people the benefit of the doubt and still protect your heart. You can trust people and be prepared for them to break your trust at the same time. They are not exclusive of each other, is what I was trying to say. So, good morning this morning, and I think that today we're going to make this kind of shorter because I have a little energy and I want to do some more things, if that makes any sense to you. If you're a person with cancer treatments or chronic illness or arthritis, or you've used up all your spoons yesterday, but you have tons of spoons this morning, you know what I'm talking about. So I feel like my spoons are in abundance this morning. And I slept really good last night, so I think I'm going to be heading back to do some things around this room. A little bit. When I came back yesterday, I took care of some things and cleaned out my walker pouch, and I didn't realize there was still stuff in there, and my sister went to go put it in the car, and tons of stuff fell out. So, but I'm also going to get my book and my bag ready for the hospital, and hopefully maybe she'll help me do summer clothes, winter clothes change out, because the closet's looking pretty packed. So that's it. I love you guys, and listen, if nobody's told you today, remember, I love you. I do. You make me smile. Okay? And as always, you take care. God bless. And we'll see you next time. Bye. Bye.